This is not going to be my most famous video, but for y'all who stick with me, this will probably help y'all profoundly in unlocking the guitar. Now, the question I was asked was, when I'm playing guitar, what sort of scale, or, am I thinking about a scale or a mode? And the answer is not really. I am a big fan, though, of not hitting a wrong note. I want to hit notes that always sound good, as you probably are a big fan of too. So we're just going to be in the key of A. And if we come up here, it's one of the reasons why I talk about the minor pentatonic scale so much, because any of these notes, I'm just droning this A note so you can hear what these notes sound like against an A. They all sound good. If you play the minor pentatonic, you will never, ever, ever hit a wrong note. They all sound good. The same thing with the major pentatonic. All right, and that's how you play the major pentatonic in this position. And all of these notes sound good. So if you're playing a minor pentatonic or a major pentatonic, you can never, ever, ever hit a wrong note. They will always sound good. But if you haven't noticed, we're already playing all of these notes. I mean, that's a lot of notes to choose from. And that's just mixing those two scales together. Now, the only note I'm missing in order to make this a major scale, like from my major scale, the only note I'm missing is this 4th fret here on the E string, which is the same note as this 6th fret here on the D string. So I can add that note in every now and again. But it doesn't always sound good over an A, so I am careful on when I use it. But in the key of A, a lot of times you'll go to an E chord, and that note sounds really good over an E chord. So I will use this, that's your 7th note. I will use it, but I'm just careful on when I use it. The same with the blue note. So if you're playing the minor pentatonic scale and you add this 8th fret here on the G string, that's your blue note. And the blue note, it doesn't sound good over an A either. So I got to be careful on when I use the blue note. So if I use the blue note, I use it in passing. I hit it and I get off of it and go somewhere else. But if you haven't noticed, I'm able to play all of these notes now. The only notes even possible to play that I'm not thinking about that I have the opportunity to play is this 6th fret here on the E string and this 6th fret here on the B string. And the reason why is because they sound terrible over an A. Now, every now and again I'll hit one, but I hit it in passing. I'm thinking chromatically, like I'm going somewhere else. Like, I might hit this note, but I'm hitting it to go do something else. I'm not going to stay on it because it doesn't sound good. But other than that, every note is open and possible. The only ones I'm really having to avoid are these two, and I'm having to be careful on when I use my 7th, and careful on when I use this blue note. But all of these notes never sound bad over an A. Let's see. So all of those notes in the minor and the major pentatonic always sound good. You're careful on when you use your 7th, your major 7th, which is the only note you were missing from the major scale, and then just be careful on when you play this blue note. Otherwise, mix them all together and come up with mix them all together. You can almost play any notes you want. You've got to find the combination of, do I want it to sound bright like my major scale is? Or do I want it to sound more dark and bluesy? That's up to you to find those combination of notes. But I'm not thinking in some sort of scale, or I'm not confining myself to, well, I got to play this note and I can't play that note. No, I like to be able to play whatever I want. So I really do hope that helps. And if you have questions, just let me know in the comments or DM me. I'll be glad to help you in any way that I can.